I'd make a Grand Theft Auto joke here, but I've never played any of the games, so instead I'll open this video by asking this question. Can the Rock outrun an earthquake? This film is a disaster film in the tradition of Earthquake and the entire filmography of Roland Emmerich, as it uses many of the same tropes and cliches that disaster movies are known for. However, this film actually has a few small moments that show some fairly good writing. These moments can best be summarized as, "Engineers to the rescue!" What I mean by this is that some of the methods that certain characters use to respond to the various problems in the film seem to have some grounding in basic science and engineering. That said, they also use some very controversial theories to get characters out of jams, such as the Triangle of Life, which is actually not a smart strategy when in an actual earthquake, since it's reliant on very specific factors. Another problem with the film is that it's so eager to mark things off the Roland Emmerich checklist that it even contradicts its own writing. I understand the rich jerk of a stepfather is a common trope, but it only works when you establish that from the get-go, not when you've established that the character is a decent human being in the opening scenes of the film. It's a face-heel turn that comes out of nowhere. On top of that, it also has its fair share of moments where you have characters doing some really stupid stuff. All for the sake of moving the story forward, or so we can have some shocking scene of destruction, or tug on the heartstrings. As for things I can compliment the story on, I do like how, for the most part, our main characters are resourceful and fairly intelligent. They are written with a good degree of competence, but I do have to shake my head at the motivation of our lead character, played by one Dwayne Johnson. I understand that it's the story of a father trying to keep his family together, but I can't help but feel that the motivation for some of his actions is a bit selfish. He's supposed to be a rescue pilot for the Los Angeles Fire Department, yet he's focusing only on his family. I know that later on he loses his equipment and everything, but if he was still airborne when it all began, how come he wasn't working in conjunction with the other rescue operations at the time? What about the rest of his team? Would the people of the LAFD be okay with him using their equipment for personal reasons? There's convenience for the sake of a story, but if they just addressed this in some capacity, it wouldn't bother me as much. Overall, the film is a disaster film through and through. It doesn't try to be more than what it is, and also carries some of the problems the genre is known for. That said, there are some redeeming qualities to this film, as there are some moments that feature good writing and well-developed characters. However, the main driving force is spectacle, and once you've gotten past the CGI destruction, as well crafted as it may be, you find that there's not that much to the story as a whole. If you like films that are more about spectacle than story, then you may find some enjoyment in this film, but not enough to warrant the full IMAX 3D experience, which I already regret paying for. All of that said, San Andreas gets a 3 out of 5. So that's it for this episode of Romney's Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.